Firstly, I'd like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to you about the initiative we took to put sustainability and integrated reporting into the Crown Estate, and to talk about these two things which I feel very passionately about. I'm conscious that one of the tweets earlier was said, "Speak French, my friend." I'm afraid you'll have to stay with English, I'm afraid. Well, I'm going to briefly talk about one of the. Whoops. Sorry, it's very sensitive. What are the tangible benefits of sustainability, and why should business embrace it? In fact, why did the Crown Estate embrace it? I'm going to give a business overview because I think has been spoken earlier today that there's an unstoppable engine going through which sustainability and reporting and integrating reporting, there's a traction now which I think is unstoppable. But I'm going to talk about the specific example about the Crown Estate as a case study of why we implemented integrated reporting. I said there's a great traction going, and I think all businesses, and as CFO of a very large property organisation, we can see what is happening today and everything that is impacting on our businesses. And I think for too long, CFOs and businesses have not seen what's coming up behind them. There's climate change, energy and fuel, material resource scarcity, ecosystem decline and water scarcity. And I think all these things, and we looked at them, and they are going to impact on our business. And I think the future as a CFO is not about looking backwards, it's about looking forwards. And that is where sustainability and integrated reporting is so important. So what is... Oh, crumbs. Sorry. I do apologise. The Crown Estate, what are we? The Crown Estate is an independent commercial business. It was created by an Act of Parliament. It is a bit like a beneficial trust in the fact that all our profits go to the government in exchange for what was the funding of the monarchy. And it was created by an Act of Parliament. Our assets, however, remain the assets of the monarch, not of the government. We are a specialist real estate business. We have a capital value of nearly £13 billion. Our portfolio value is £12 billion. Our profit last year was over 300 million, and we have nearly 2 billion third-party funds under management. Whereas we don't have investors. We do have investors insofar as shareholders. We don't have shareholders. We have investors because we have some of the largest sovereign wealth companies as our partners, notably Ginkgo and Norge Investment Bank. We operate in 4 key sectors: Central London, where we own the whole of Regent Street and St James's. So we do a massive retail and commercial in London. We are one of the largest prime retail owners in retail parks and shopping centres throughout the United Kingdom. In terms of our rural portfolio, our agricultural portfolio, we are the largest landowner in the United Kingdom. And in terms of offshore wind, we have enabled and facilitated renewable energy, in particular offshore wind, throughout the whole of the coastline throughout the United Kingdom. What we do is we specialise where we have critical mass and expertise.
John, I think you can bring a lot of value to this conference. Firstly, because you are the only foreign speaker, I would say. So I'm very happy to have your views from the outside of France. But also because you implemented within the Crown Estate, the integrated reporting. So maybe you can explain us why and how, what were the difficulties that you faced?
Right. Why did we integrate? Why did we implement integrated reporting? Well, the first is that we put sustainability at the heart of the business. We didn't think that sustainability was a nice to have. We thought it was a must to have. And we believed that sustainability was a commercial imperative. We believed that we wanted to show that there was a commercial imperative. But in order to do that, there needed to be integrated thinking within the business. So we had to embed it at the strategic level. It had to be part of our strategic thinking, of our business objectives. We decided that we didn't want a business plan, a commercial plan, and a sustainability plan. We wanted one strategic plan, of which sustainability was at the heart of and part of, and therefore it became one of our strategic objectives. We wanted to demonstrate how we created value, not just from a financial perspective, but beyond that, for social and environmental. We felt that that was very important, that we could see that. And we also felt that we could see the increasing importance by our investors, that was our partners, our stakeholders, and our tenants, and all our customers. They could all see the importance of it. So we therefore needed to look at what were the material issues and the measurement of the impacts that we could make in terms of sustainability. But what it required was senior management buy-in. And this didn't come as a difficulty for the Crown Estate, because our chief executive was passionate about sustainability. Having been the director of infrastructure at the Legacy Olympic Games, she came to us very much with sustainability running through her like a stick of rock, as it were. But what we found is that we had to get senior management buy-in. It was all right for us to talk about it and for the heads of sustainability to talk about it, but it was very important to bring the whole C-suite, the whole senior management team in it. And what we did in order to get it into the business was to embed it into the business. So we had a vision. It was part of our business objectives, our strategic objectives, and it cascaded through all the material issues, all the way through our business plans, right throughout the business. So all of our asset managers, all our property managers had sustainability built into their personal objectives.
Did you start this reporting before the mandatory UK strategic report or after?
We started before, because we wanted to show that sustainability was the heart. We actually started when the integrated report, the framework, was still in its infancy. But having the Integrated Reporting Council putting their framework out came about just about the same time as the strategic report, which is a requirement for all listed companies on the UK Stock Exchange. And what we looked at is, as we looked to develop integrated reporting, we looked at what was required under the strategic report, under the FRC, and what was under integrated reporting. And what we found was that there was virtually no difference. The only difference was connectivity and emphasis. All the elements of integrated reporting are in the strategic report. As I say, it's about emphasis and about connectivity, because integrated reporting is about showing that connectivity all the way through your business, and it's about telling the story. It's about telling the story to your investors, your stakeholders, about how your business is creating value.
So that means that all the UK CFOs are convinced as you are. regarding this approach?
No, unfortunately, they're not. But it's coming that way. It is really coming that way. Businesses is through strategic reporting, through work with the FRC, through Integrated Reporting Council. There is a momentum now, and businesses are starting to realise it, and they are being pushed. There's a push and a pull. Investors are requiring this, and businesses need it. It is about business resilience. It's about what's good for your business.
Do you have a view on how the French market, the French companies are taking into account this integrated thinking or reporting?
Having been very UK-centric, it's very difficult for me to comment on French companies. But what I would give is a wider perspective, and that is in companies worldwide. This is integrated reporting and sustainability. I said earlier, is getting this traction, and it is really, really in some companies, some countries, it's becoming mandatory reporting. In others, it's still voluntary. But I can see that 5 years down the track, you will have no choice but to take this integrated reporting or equivalent of it.
Okay. Do you want to say a word about the Natural Coalition Protocol?
Yeah. As I say, I'm very passionate about sustainability and integrated reporting, which is rather strange for a CFO, actually, and certainly in an audience with a lot of sustainability people. But I've recently taken on the chairmanship of the Natural Capital Coalition, which is looking alongside integrated reporting, because natural capital is one of the capitals, is to making sure and or trying to get businesses to take natural capital consequences, water, soil, biodiversity, ecosystems, into their investment decision making. And we recently in July published a protocol, which is a principles-based framework to help businesses show how that they can embed and take into account natural capital issues into decision making. It's not reporting. It's for practitioners. It's for sustainability practitioners. It's for the financial community to look at how we can build it into decision making.